All right, what's up, y'all? It's Lord Psycho with Dark Side TV, and today we're gonna interview somebody I know for a minute, Little Knife.
What's good? Yeah. Little knife baby here. How y'all doing? I've known Psycho for a minute. We got a lot of music. We know each other mutually for years, done some shit. But yeah, happy to be here.
Facts, facts. But all right, we gonna start with the beginning. Tell us about your childhood. Where were you born and your upbringing? Tell us
Yeah,
about.
so I was like I'm Venezuelan. I was born in Caracas, and when I was like really young and shit, my family kind of tossed me all over the world. And it was like only when I was like 10-ish that I started living in Chicago. Uh and then I grew up in Chicago. Like I lived there like maybe like 8-ish, 10-ish, 8, 10-ish years, really till I was like 20, 21. And then I was in South Florida and now I'm in Dallas.
And where did music come into the picture?
Well, I always was like an art kid. I always like before I was a rapper, I was a filmmaker. So I made like short films and shit. And basically like hip hop was always something that like all the filmmakers growing up were like fucking with. A bunch of them wanted to be rappers, but they were like fake rappers. They were like fake pumping. But when I got to be like a senior in high school, I was pretty much like done with movies because that, art school will suck the passion out of you. And I really like rap and hip hop, because it was just sort of like uh there's no rules, you feel me? Like anybody could rap, even today, you know what I'm saying? You see all type of shit that's very different. So yeah, and then I basically like didn't even start rapping, bro. I started on Ableton making like beats and making juke beats. So for a little while I got started making like footwork music,
Okay.
and that was like my main influence, like DJ Rashad, Tech Life, that Chicago footwork, uh like fast dance music shit. And then slowly I started like adding my own vocals and shit. Oh, I fuck with those, bro. Those adaptogenic teas, the
Hell yeah.
mushroom ones. Those are hard. But yeah,
Facts.
and that's where I got started, and I've been doing that for 10 years now. Like I shifted more into like recording as an artist, less producing. So now I'm more of like a engineer recording artist than anything.
Okay. And just to get more of the story behind it all, when did you start getting into film? And then what age? And then what age did you transition into music? Like what were the steps?
Hell yeah. I was making like little camcorder videos since I was like a kid, but
Mhm.
I started seriously making like little movies when I was like 10, 11, 12. In middle school I made like a bunch of like little like short comedy sketches things with my friends. And then as I got to like 13, 14, I started like doing it more seriously, and I made like three short films about a year. I did one feature ever. But I did three short films, like 3 to 4 a year, until I was like 18. And then when I was 18, I basically got into music. I kind of like I haven't really made a film since.
And
And yeah.
for those of us who don't know, what did you mean by feature?
Oh, like a feature length film. Like all the other ones I did were
Sure.
shorts.
Okay,
So
okay.
so I did one that was, the whole shebang. Like it's 57 minutes. It's on YouTube. Your boy
Oh
like,
shit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like a real movie. Yeah. So that was like the craziest thing I ever done movie wise. I'd love to do it again now that I'm older, more experienced, and have my own resources and shit. But yeah.
And what role did you do in the feature film?
I worked with a whole team of artists, but I helped write it, shoot it, direct it,
Nice.
basically everything from inception to release. We even had a little premiere at a theater. I rented out, and the actors pulled up and everybody's families was there, and I got to say some shit before the movie played. But you know what I'm saying? That shit was cool. Um totally different life than I live now. I'd do it again as I get older.
We gonna get more into the music for most of this, but
Hell yeah.
quick, I'm intrigued about the movies.
Yeah.
What was maybe one of your favorite movies you played a part in, and also a favorite memory in it all?
All right, so I on top of what's it called? I recently started in a short film. It's a horror film. It's gonna come out in November. But
Okay.
on top of like, making these shits myself, I also like, acted randomly in a
Yeah.
bunch of short films. So I had this homie, his name was Sandro, and he basically like he shot this short film where we were like in a forest preserve, bro. And basically it was like the whole Adam and Eve allegory, and basically like I was the serpent. I was like tempting them and like
That's
type
funny.
shit. Yeah, yeah. And I was wearing all red and shit. It was funny. And and basically like the apple in the movie was like some acid.
That's funny.
So we were all also like geeked up on acid, like shooting this movie, bro, like in the woods. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Adam and Eve thing. And I swear to God, I wish I could find that hoe on Vimeo because that was probably like one of the coolest short films I've ever been in. It was like hella artful and honestly just like a good time. There was naked bitches on set on acid, dog, you know what
Like,
I'm saying, in the woods. It was crazy.
we gonna get into the music now, but I'd like to check some of that out. So I'll ask you for that later. If there's
Hell
anything
yeah,
you can
bro.
share, we could put it in a link below or something.
Yeah, I got my old YouTube. I could link it. It's 1Q Film. If you want to look up
Okay.
1Q Film, those are all my short films from high school. I'll try to
Right.
find the other ones, but yeah, man. Uh, what's next?
Okay. So now the music. What age did you get into that? And I know you were into the footwork, but let's get more into that. What studio did you go to when you first recorded? Where did you first record?
I'll be
Uh,
real. I've been pretty much like bedroom recording producer, art, engineer my whole artist career. I always felt like, at least in Chicago, bro, whenever I went to the studio, it was always more of like a social thing. You kind of like wasting your money to get one song, and unless you go there like hella prepared, I've done that before. Motherfuckers before they had their own studio set up, I'd find a beat, I'd write the fuck out, I'd practice the fuck out of what I wrote, show up, knock it out 10, 20, 30 minutes max, and be able to do like another song type shit. But like usually, I don't know, I just felt like my experience in Chicago going to the studio, it was boring. I don't want to be in the studio for 18 hours when motherfuckers working on one song.
I feel
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Like I guess I'm a different speed. You know what I'm saying? I get bored with shit, bro.
Yeah,
I work on a song for a couple hours, and even if it's not finished, I'll take a break and then come back to it. I like that sort of like approach to music, it being a rapper and shit, because it's like you have more freedom to play with shit at will. You know what I'm saying? And
I
if
feel
anything,
that.
I could just send my vocals to a really good engineer, you feel me? And he could sauce my shit up. So I don't know. Um Basically like yeah, I got started on Ableton, uh just on my Mac, and I've been using Ableton for like 10-ish years. But I mean I've used everything since, I've used a fail to record. At one point I learned how to use Pro Tools because I had like an internship, I had like a job in Highland Park, Illinois, where I worked at a recording studio for this
Okay.
guy, Suede Stout. He played for the Beach Boys and the Beatles as like a fucking support musician, whatever, on stage. You know what I'm saying? He has like a crazy grand piano in his fucking crib. He's dealing with Lyme disease. The guy's just like rich and like, doesn't know what to do with it. But like I was at this dude's crib, I learned Pro Tools, and that was like the first few years where I got like some genuine engineering experience. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy's thing is called Darwin Records. That was the name of that job. But yeah, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I got way better engineering, like doing like a 4 track for like a band, or uh like um recording jingles. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like you and I don't typically do type shit. But yeah, and I don't know. Another thing is like this is like my third rap name or whatever. When I got
Okay.
started, I rapped under Dave Illins. Yeah, and then I was just kind of doing whatever on other people's beats. But then I shifted at sometime around college into like another persona that was called Young Q.
Okay.
And when I did Young Q, I only hopped on my own beats. I was one of those rappers. I was just I'd sample anything from like a fucking Marilyn Manson song to like a bottle cap like that and then make a beat
Oh,
out of it. And then uh I would only really hit my beats.
mm,
Uh but it was really when I got to South Florida that I like kind of like chilled on producing and I went fully into my engineering mixing bag. And that's just because I don't know, like we when we met and stuff, like this wasn't really a thing that was happening more because I was, a lot more exclusive, not inclusive. But in South Florida, it's like a revolving door of rappers. Everybody's a
yeah, yeah,
rapper.
yeah.
Everybody wants to hop on some shit. So I
Facts.
I was always ready to be recording.
Mhm.
So that was my focus for like really like the past 6 7 years has just been recording. And I gotten really good at recording and mixing and working with different artists and even recording in a room full of like 20 30 people. You know what I'm saying? I'm very comfortable now. But I think like that's an important skill to have as a rapper, being able to record yourself and others and mix shit. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have to go to the studio and pay a fuck ton of money to not get what you want.
I agree. Okay. So, tell us about maybe your first song and some of the influences behind it, and maybe the influences of your first few songs and influences along the way as it evolved, as much as you want to share. Because maybe some sauce you want to keep secret, but
Hell yeah,
share what you
bro.
want.
So like I guess like one of my oldest songs, it's um on this compilation I just dropped, by the Skin of Our Teeth sampler. And what's cool about this is that it's basically just like a little collection of songs from my like Florida era and before, like, basically way back in time. But Diamond Cutter, the first song, that's actually a Young Q song.
Mhm.
And I say that because what's it called? Like I produced the whole thing and it's that kind of Kanye ass shit where he does like the same drums and some maybe
Mhm.
some guitar or a sample, and then he like samples the vocals using auto tune and then
Yeah.
puts that in the beat. You feel me? And I guess that's where I was for a while. I was like making music and then using my own voice to make the beat and then
Okay.
putting kind of whatever as raps on it. And I guess over time, focusing more on the mixing stuff, I kind of like worry less about the production. Now I'm trying to, really put together like a good song,
Mhm.
like a song with a good hook, some good bars, something memorable. The production, you know what I'm saying? There's producers that produce way better than me. So the production has to be on point for me to, like get across the type of song I'm going for, like uh if you asked me to deliver on the same quality, I couldn't. I'd have to get back in my bag. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's something that happened to me because I just got interested. Like I said, I got started with Kanye more in like rappers like Future and
Okay.
Thug, and like just like a bunch of artists that like freestyle but make really
Yeah, for
good
sure.
songs from freestyling. You know what I'm saying?
I peep you like Chief Keef too.
Yes, I
He's
love
fly.
Chief Keef. I got a 300 tattoo.
Nice.
It's just one of the only color tattoos. That's how much I love Gang. I've seen him live like 2 or 3 times. Motherfuckers was there when he was at Rolling Loud for the GTA charge and they let him on stage, bro. That was hard.
That's funny.
Yeah, but motherfuckers love Chief Keef. Yeah, bro. I mean, I'll be real. I've been writing most of my rap career. And then sometime around last April, when me and this girl split up, I just started freestyling like crazy. And now I pretty much freestyle everything. I sometimes write stuff down that I'm freestyling, but everything, I didn't realize how important freestyling is as a rapper to
Mm,
making music. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, for sure. Um, Hearing your music I hear a little bit of like alternative rock, gothic dance, as you said, influences. Tell us about some of your top influences in those realms.
Hell yeah. So when I started like collecting vinyl, first vinyl I got was just fucking Unknown Pleasures by Joy Division. So I love fucking music like that. I love Joy Division, The Cure, anything that's post-punk sounding. I loved Crystal Castles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I still like that type of vibe. I don't know if you fuck with Snow Strippers, but
I
that's
haven't
kind of
heard.
like it's like the new era Crystal Castles. It's the
Okay,
same thing. It's dope. And I don't know, it's always there's another genre that I really like that I was always into over the years. It's like from 2013. It's called Witch House.
okay,
Yeah, and Witch House is really cool because it is kind of like in between those two genres, like post punk and that kind of like dancey Crystal Castle shit. It's basically just like dark, wishy music to beats. I think they have a new thing now called dark wave, which is exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's I fuck with that genre so hard. I would do a dark wave band and also have like a dark wave like DJ project. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It feels like that's kind of like in the vein with my music, the type of places I would want to play my music.
okay. So for the listeners who are into that type of stuff, tell us some projects or songs that they could go hear with heavy influence outside of the box.
Oh, of mine or like that I fuck with like that.
Um,
Because
yeah,
I got both.
yours.
Oh, of mine?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, this one S4S songs for Serena. That one's pretty dark, dark wave gothic. Knife Wound LP2. That one's like basically like I did like this weird like combination of like deftone type beats and just straight dance music with my Canadian homie Wound. And I don't know, I've been kind of like trying to still get back on that wave with him. You know what I'm saying? I did that for like 10 songs on that album just because it's like basically the first song comes in and it's like a happy guitar song, and then the second song is like a straight up like dark Deftones like heavy song, and then the rest of the fucking record is all dance music. And that's kind of like, at least for me as an artist, like, in pitching to those same audiences, like I fuck with that shit so hard, bro.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So talk to us about some of your favorite artists to work with, as well as Knife Club. I believe that's your collective.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not a collective. It's basically like the way I see it, it's a entertainment label and digital nightclub. So
Okay.
we do events, clothes, music, films, and food catering. It's sort of like everything you need, and sort of like my the arm of my business. You feel me?
Hmm.
Anybody who works with me is associated with Knife Club. That's all it is, but it's not a group. I want to
True,
be clear
true.
about that because I'm
That's
on some
like
like,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
that's like me and my Vamp Gang stuff.
Right. Because
Not
it's for me personally, I just I want it to be more of like a community and
mhm.
less of like a group where, I kind of, have people under me and people just see me as the leader. I think that's just lame as fuck, to be honest. I'm on some fuck group shit forever,
Oh shit. Okay.
man. Yeah, I fuck with people in groups, but I think the concept of it to me is lame now because I feel like if you doing more work than the boss and the boss ain't doing nothing, you feel me? Like what is this servicing you? It just seems like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you're low-key working for free for somebody else. That's crazy, bro.
I
You know
think
what
I
I'm
think
saying? I'm not doing that. I'm gonna bust my ass for me and see results on my end, and not let anybody try to be like, you know, uh, I made you.
type
That's
shit,
crazy,
type
bro.
shit. Which I've always aspired to be a leader myself, and it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, that's definitely an aspect of it. Like you have to be the source of motivation and the one putting in the most work. so that people could follow suit. But it's a hard thing for
Yeah,
sure.
man. I mean, sometimes it'd be tough working with someone who doesn't practice what they preach. You feel me? I know that you're a businessman and you do all type of shit, bro. So it's very easy for me to work with you, talk to you about anything because I know you're about your business.
Facts. For sure, for sure. Uh, so for underground artists listening right now, um, maybe give us some advice for artists that you've learned along the way. It can be about groups, also about doing your own thing, mixing,
I
finding your
think
sound,
I
all that.
think I think the biggest thing you need to worry about, at least as an artist, man, it ain't even your creative output. It's just like you need to get so good that you impress yourself, and then you need to use your social media as a way to basically create this insane talent that you've made into like a business. And it doesn't have to be a business for some people. Some people just make music because they love it. If that's you, keep doing that. But I'm saying that like I think that the way that you should look at it is like if you find yourself on social media posting no music and stressing yourself out for no reason, you're doing it wrong, my friend. And you're also probably making yourself look bad and making people not fuck with you because of the way you're coming off. If you see somebody just post some dope shit and you fuck with that dope shit, you're probably gonna fuck with them a lot more than if they're having some unhinged, tirade on
Yeah,
Twitter or even Instagram, wherever the fuck. It isn't even about Twitter. I just think that, for your mental sanity as an artist, you need to like uh make a lot of music and not worry about what motherfuckers think on social media, you know? Because it's all really insular too, you know? Twitter community is completely insular from the Instagram community, from TikTok.
for sure.
You're just, you know what I'm saying? You need to cast a wide net. You need to post on everything. And getting wrapped up on just what people think on Twitter is a low key holding you back in your
Facts,
artist as
facts.
a career. You feel me? You gotta go further. There's artists, bro, that are like, selling platinum records and they don't even have a fucking Twitter. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying is like
Or
is
their
like
manager uses it and they don't even,
right. I'm
yeah.
just saying like it should be a tool for business or to
Uh,
help you connect with other artists. And the moment it becomes like a diary, you might not be, helping yourself as an artist, like at least career wise. That's my advice.
I agree, but I'm gonna also interject a little bit.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
don't look at Twitter as the sole like focus, but don't be afraid to speak your mind.
Speak your mind. That's
Yeah,
also
you
true.
can't just post links. You have to have a little bit of
No,
person.
yeah, you're definitely right about that. You gotta show people you're genuine. That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're also right the other day when you're saying if people have a parasocial relationship with your social media and they start taking shit personally, like there's certain things I say that are part of my brand that just piss people off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be me.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna stop being me because somebody's hating on me.
Sometimes even when you're doing things right and you're not using Twitter as a diary, you're on all the shit, doing shit in real life and making all the right moves, making money. Like people
Yeah,
still gonna hate, and sometimes the hate will be even more and more and more. But that's a sign that you're doing things right.
I
My,
agree. No cap.
if nobody's paying attention, then that means you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, there's a lot of ways I think you can, repulse people, but also like ruin your interaction posting too much. I think you should definitely be honest, but posting too much is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
For sure, for
even
sure.
when even when I went on this run earlier this year and I posted like 7 albums in February. Maybe like 2 or 3 of those hit, but like if you flood any algorithm with content nonstop, it'll mute your ass for a little bit. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like I dead ass I dead ass didn't really see traction from like I saw instant traction, but I didn't see traction like 4 or 5 thousand plays, 4 or 5 thousand listeners till like a month, 2 months and a half. I needed to give people time to sit with all this music.
Yeah.
I just gave them. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I think algorithms are similar too. You know, like if you putting out like 100,000 fucking tweets, the majority is that is shit posting, you fucking your shit up, you know?
Mhm.
That's how you see people with 4 or 5 thousand followers that got like 2 likes on a post. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill. But also, you know, like be professional, but also, you know, speak your mind. It's kind of a delicate balance, you know?
Facts, facts. So tell some of the underground artists advice as far as music and finding their sound and maybe mixing.
So one thing too, I would say that's important about the
Okay.
music, it isn't actually the music, it's the
Okay.
videos. It's the
Oh yeah, I
videos.
agree. Yeah.
Videos are really important. And I think that once you have like your sound, you've honed in on your sound, you kind of know where you're going. You need to create videos to draw an appeal. And then as your video content starts coming out, you need to like level up. You need to invest in like a really nice camera or an HD ass iPhone, some shit, because the level of quality with your music will allow you to it'll open a lot of doors for you to create a lot of opportunities as opposed to just posting your music on SoundCloud or all platforms. You know, chasing placements on playlists that'll help. But I think with a good video on a good host, you know, that's the OG method. You know what I'm saying?
I
Wake
agree.
up, go viral on TikTok off some dumb clip of your video. You know, I think that's very a lot easier when you have a dope visual. So my advice is like, don't buy a shitty camera and do your research like you're buying a gun. Like find a really dope camera that you think, you know, is gonna step up your game. You know, once you get past the iPhone, you know, if you're shooting on iPhone, this shit still shoots in 4K. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
4K is 4K. But
Yes.
cat. But But once you get that increase in quality, you know what I'm saying? You got to step it up. Same with the audio and the visual. And I think like when you do that, it'll make people take you a lot more seriously. I've seen that happen the past year with my visuals.
What's something you see in the underground as far as not necessarily their social media presence, but let's say music wise that you feel like can be better or things you would like to see people implement in music
I
and
feel like there's a lot of like music that's like doesn't take itself seriously right now.
okay, okay.
I think that like a lot of the underground is just sort of like trolling, you know. But there's people that like genuinely really love hip hop, you
Okay.
know, like people that listen to MF Doom and they hear about like Brennan Jones or Too Slimy or that whole lot of Cheese Girl, and they're just like, this is shitting on something I love.
Yeah,
So
fact.
I think it's very interesting seeing like the trendy underground rappers now, you know,
Yeah.
and how popular Cardi is, even though Cardi sounds like Future, and you know
Facts.
what I'm saying, and I don't know, bro, and the whole Ian thing, like I feel like we're in this era of hip hop where everything's like kind of like parody or a copy, you know. So I think authenticity is in short supply right now. I think
Facts.
what we really need is people to be authentically themselves and just own that shit, and that would make better music.
I agree. I agree. Um, I feel like it was like that at one point, like the SoundCloud era,
The
but
SoundCloud era for sure,
at the
but I
time
feel
it was
like,
new.
but also I'm gonna be real, dude.
Uh,
They have better music.
yeah, facts.
We had way better
Definitely,
music.
definitely, BandLab right now has made it a little worse, but has also
Yeah,
given other
a lot of
artists.
opportunities, you know,
Yeah,
like net spend, all that shit. But like, yeah, man, I don't know. I definitely feel like, you know, at least the era that we met and stuff, music was a lot better.
yeah, for sure, for sure. It was rappers trying to go viral, but good music at the same time.
Yeah,
Mix
I mean,
good, all that.
yeah, man. Like, you know, I don't know. so many different people in South Florida was coming up when
Facts.
during that time. Like X Ski, Kodak, fucking Fat Nick, Puya, all them motherfuckers was blowing up at the same time. What Wi-Fi's funeral, they were all going on tour together, bro. That shit was crazy. And Trippy Red, uh basically everyone with a face tattoo, dog.
Facts.
Chapo, literally serious. We're from that era. We still have the face tats.
Facts. Um, right now we have 8 minutes left, which we've
Yeah,
gotten into a lot of stuff. I've been enjoying the interview so far,
yeah,
but
man.
I felt like maybe a good little cliffhanger to leave it off on, because this is primarily a spiritual channel.
Hell yeah.
Um, you could share however much you want, a little bit or a lot, but maybe get into a little bit of spiritual stuff you believe, and maybe advice spiritually for anybody
All right,
that's
bet.
watching.
So I don't know. I mean, lately I've been feeling like at least spiritually, like the thing that letting go of control, wanting control over things, trying to control the way people want you to be, expecting control over anything is just bad. And the in like a really kind of like Buddhist way, the more you kind of like detach yourself from actually being able to physically control everything and you just let things be how they are, the more peaceful everything's gonna be for you because you know what I'm saying? We're just sharing a moment together in time, all of us conscious in this one moment. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the fucking odds, man? We didn't have any control over the time we'd been here, our lives, how things turned out, even the music shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me, it is very like freeing thing to like detach yourself from uh influence, like trying to influence others and how also trying to let them influence you and just kind of trying to see how everything is objectively. This is where I've been at.
Okay, okay. Um, is there any you said Buddhism, is there any
Yeah.
other cultures you like?
I mean, I don't know. I like the Zen Taoism. I'm more of a secular magic dude. So I believe in magic and I believe in the balance of order and chaos through magic. So light and dark magic can be used for objectively necessary purposes. I believe you could use dark magic for good, but also you could just use it because you need it. Same
Mhm.
with light magic can be used for bad. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's all secular. So I think what's it called? I think like a lot of us don't realize how much of everything we do is a ritual and how much, magic there is in the world and how many people, are doing things and actively making situations appear in front of them because, they aren't aware of, the rituals they're doing.
Facts. A good thing to keep in mind for everybody. If you've made it this far, you're either a fan or a fan in denial. So I'll give it to you. But
Hell yeah.
words are spells. That's a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Facts, facts. But also the stuff about the light and the dark, I fuck with that too. That's what I'm into. Fuck with it.
Hell
But
yeah.
it's been a good interview. Thank you for sharing everything. Very interesting. Uh, I'll leave links below. Also, real quick announcement. This is the first video in a minute. I'm revamping a lot of my branding, and I'm gonna leave links below to some resources as well as whatever Little Knife wants me to share. And
Hell yeah.
is there any shout outs you wanted to do?
Uh, shout out Moon Gang.
Okay.
Shout out you. And you know, that's it. I'm Knife Baby, Little Knife. Thank you for having me.
All right, for sure. Thank you.